My name is Michelle Stout, founder of Rainy Day Sunday. Today I'm going to show you how to make your own mini memory keeper. These make excellent gifts for others as well as unique keepsakes for you to display your own memories in. You can find our bare bones kits as well as pre-made mini memory keepers on our Etsy shop at Rainy Day Sunday Books. Now I'm going to show you the supplies that you're going to need to make your mini memory keeper. You need a glue stick, a pair of scissors, a bare bones kit that you can get at our Etsy shop, 2 5.5-inch squares, 4 4-inch squares, 6 triangles that are cut from 3 3/4-inch squares, and a 27-inch long piece of ribbon. First of all, what you want to do is open your bare bones book up, push it down a little bit, it's not going to hurt it, but make sure your end points are sticking up. You then want to take your 4-inch squares and you want to glue those down into the 4 squares in the middle. But what's important to do is make sure you get all the way to the edges of all of your squares so that they lay down nice and flat for you. Next thing you want to do is take your triangles and do the same thing with those. Glue all the way to the edges, lay those down into your book in whatever fashion you like, and then once they're all glued in, your book will look something like this. When you're done gluing those in, leave the book open and then set it off to the side and let any glue you have remaining dry. The next part you want to do is take your board book and your 2 5.5-inch squares that you're using for your cover and your back, and you want to glue your board book, glue all over your board book. And then you want to place that down as best you can in the center of your cover and your back piece. When you are all done doing that, you have both your front and your back. The next thing you want to do is you want to cut your corners off, and this is what's going to help us to achieve that crisp look on your mini memory keeper and not have any extra paper sticking out on your corners. So you want to cut diagonally on all of your corner, and you don't want to go all the way to the board book, just leave about maybe a fingernail's length in between your cut. Cut all of your corners off. For your front and your back piece. If you do hit all the way to the corner of the board, it is not the end of the world, and you are probably not even going to know the difference of whether you did it or not. So don't think that you've messed something up if you've done that. The next thing you want to do is we're going to glue on the edge, one edge at a time, and be friends with your glue stick. It is your friend. Don't be afraid to use too much glue. You just don't want big clops sticking up there. But what you want to do, and this is what's going to give our crisp edge, is you run your board along the table and then fold it over to give you that nice crisp edge there. Continue and do that. All your other sides. Depending on the thickness of your paper that you choose to use, you might have to push down just a little bit more. Mine's a little thicker, so it might come up a little bit, but give it just a little bit of extra attention, it'll stick down for you. Plus, your inside book is going to go on top of this also, so it'll secure it down in place then also. So again, you just drag that board along the table Secure that down to your glue. Same with your last one. You can see the part that I get so many questions about, how do we get those edges so crisp? It's simple. You have that and you can see that all those edges are crisp. You have a perfectly looking cover. Do the same exact thing for the back of your book. So you see there, I have both my front and my back all glued together. So your next step, you need to look at both your front and back and decide which one do you want to be your cover. Obviously I have two separate covers and I've done that on purpose, so I know this one's going to be my cover. So I'm going to set that aside and just work with my back piece for right now. And you're going to take your ribbon, and what you want to do is fold your ribbon in half, like so. Make sure it's not twisted. Take your glue stick, run a strip of glue along the back of your board. Lay your ribbon down just halfway across and then open that up, and that ensures you have just as much ribbon on the right side as you do the left side. The next thing you're going to do is put your inside that you've already made and attach that. This is the part that I want to say, if you want to use embellishments on your book the way I have here, this is the time that you want to do that. So you can use your cover or use your back. I don't usually put embellishments on the back, so I put the embellishments on the cover before I attached it to this inside book. So this is the time that you kind of want to consider if that's something you need to do before you attach it all together. So what you do is take the back side of your book, and you want to, again, you want to use lots of glue because this is going to secure your book in place completely. Along with using lots of glue though, make sure it's all flattened out and you don't have a bunch of gloppy glue sitting on there, and get it to the edges good. Then what you want to do, important part, you need to check your book and make sure that before you put this down onto the back, that the bottom right hand corner is going to open up. So you can see as I put this down, this bottom right hand corner is going to open up and give me that effect of that pop up when I open it up. So again, I want to stress this, bottom right hand corner needs to open up before you glue this. Take your book, center it as best you can over the back of your book, push down to secure that in place, and then take your glue stick, and again you want to glue the cover here. And then you want lots of glue because this is going to help keep it together for years and years to come. As many of these as I've made, I have never had one of these come apart on me. Then you want to take your cover and you're going to position that and square it over the top. And I just put it on there lightly so I kind of have a little bit of mobility. And then once I feel certain that I've got it squared, I push down on it. And then I might even set something heavy on the top of it just to kind of let that set for a little bit before I'm done. Then when I'm done, I take my ribbon and I tie my bow. The way that I tie bows, you want to go the opposite way around your loop of what you're comfortable with. Mine is I go clockwise around the loop, and then that gives me that pretty bow. If you can see, this again is the copy of the book that I made with my embellishments. And then I went ahead and I added pictures and additional embellishments like fibers and buttons, and then I've even got a pocket down here that I put extra pictures into. So you can create that and do anything you like. That concludes our scrapbook tutorial. I'm Michelle with Rainy Day Sunday. You can also find us on Etsy, Facebook, and Pinterest.